starring Margaret Cho and also Kenneth Choi, who many may know from 911. And All That We Love, we watch as an estranged ex-husband and father with the best and also worst timing, tries to reconcile with his ex-wife and daughter. So, to summarize the film, the death of her dog, combined with her daughter Maggie leaving for Australia, has upturned Emma's world. Add in the state of her business and now her ex-husband Andy, who abandoned her and her daughter long ago, returning from Singapore. This is a lot, and it's a lot at once. Thankfully, Stan, who is Maggie's godfather and Emma's best friend, and also gay, he's there, but with him having his own issues because he became a widow of sorts, it's a challenge for him to be there regarding Andy's return, especially since he knows what Andy put Emma and Maggie through before he disappeared. So for the first highlight, it definitely has to be Kenneth Choi, who, after watching him for years in 911, I feel like this is almost like a palate cleanse. For while Angela Bassett and the woman who played Hen have definitely been allowed to really show up and show out on that show, I would say when it comes to Chim, he hasn't had as many opportunities. So when it comes to this film, him playing a recovering alcoholic who's starting his life and then trying to connect with not only his ex but his daughter, his character gets to go on a journey. And I would even say there's notable depth to it because Andy not only has to humble himself but also navigate being in Emma and Maggie's world that has flourished in many ways without him. And what especially makes that interesting to watch is because he's working against history here. With Emma, with her not dating somebody after him, you can kind of push the idea she hasn't fully moved on from Andy, so maybe that's why things are a little bit easier with her. But Maggie, Stan stepped up and filled the role of being a father figure in her life. So him coming into her life right now when she's about to leave and start a whole new life with her boyfriend in Australia, and he pretty much abandoned her for Singapore to have a whole new career, a whole new family. It's watching him work his way back into their lives, and not as a bull in a china shop, but really try to create something long-term with them. It's truly a beautiful thing to watch, and it's been a while for me to tell you whether or not it got me teary-eyed, but it's definitely something that I feel will make a lot of people who just know Kenneth Choi for 911. It may make you look at him differently. So the next highlight is how it handles culture. And what we appreciate, and I believe noted in a Q&A the director speaks upon, is that what was done here was giving you mundane moments, which if you knew about Asian culture or different type of personalities that often are archetypes in Asian culture, you'll understand what's going on. Like how when it comes to Emma, I believe it's noted that the way she handles conflict is usually by presenting food or something like that, rather than really trying to get to the heart of the issue. And it's little things like that which reminds you that not everything when it comes to presenting non-white characters and cultures has to be in your face, blunt, and just make it kind of so that if you're not part of this culture, you don't understand things. A lot of it is just about showing general sense of humanity, but how one culture may do things differently and other cultures may relate to it because they may do something similar. When it comes to Emma, she presents food in terms of conflict to kind of calm things down. And in many ways, you can imagine an Italian woman, if Emma was Italian, doing the same thing when it comes to trying to bring the family or community together and kind of make it so things are more smoothed out. Originally, when it came to this on the fence topic, our focus was very much on Stan in this kind of sense that it's good to applaud him for not being just a stereotypical gay best friend, but it almost feels like he kind of failed as being the best friend in terms of a supporting character to build Emma up. But then we realized the problem isn't so much Stan, it's just that Emma's made to be so likable and relatable that it doesn't necessarily feel like you get the type of depth that you may want or even deserve. You get a sense of who she is because of Andy showing up and how he affected her. You get a sense of who she is because of Maggie about to leave and how that affects her. You get a sense of who she is because of Stan having issues with her because he's going through stuff and now she's bringing extra drama to his life. But as for who she is separate from all these relationships, it just doesn't feel like the movie really focuses on that. So in many ways, it feels like a third party is the one introducing and kind of developing who Emma is, and she never really takes on that responsibility herself. So as relatable as Margaret Cho makes her, as well written as she is, there's always this kind of hands off or arm's length between you and the character to the point that it makes you look around and try to think, why didn't you guys like kind of cut the veil and really allow us to see this person raw and vulnerable beyond a way that makes her maintain this likability factor. Overall, when it comes to All That We Love, with notable dramatic performances from actors whose careers aren't necessarily built on serious roles, All That We Love shifts opinions and gives life to the challenges of keeping connections, reconciling, and sometimes having to say goodbye.